Okay, so finally we're gonna do the video on your Coraline doll. She comes complete with everything's posable on her, but she comes complete with her seeing glass necklace, which does have a clasp on it that can be done. You can't tell here, but you'll see it once you get her, that the thread that I used is industrial threading, and I braided it so that it stays sturdy, not that you're going to be tugging on it. And then I also made her a key, which has a magnet, so that when you do pose her, the magnet will stick because she's wireframed inside. This will stick to her. I mean, it'll stick to her face as well, but I'm just saying, you know, magnet. There's the key. Anyway, the main point to this video is, one, so that I could actually show people her finished. There's the back of the hands, the back of the hair, butterfly clip, her little ears. The only thing that's really not posable on her was the neck. I tried to, and she was not having it. Anyway, everything that's posable on her is this region here. Her arms to the tip of her hand stops about here. Same with here, stops about here. All of her waist is, her knees bend. But I'm just going to go ahead and pose her. Normally when I pose her for sitting is I just hold her right by her waist. And you just push her legs up. Same with this one. Grab her by the waist and push her legs up. She's pretty flexible. Here at the knee, I did do some reinforcement, so the shin area will not actually bend like a leg's not supposed to. But here, we'll just use one of my shelves. I'll move this up a little bit as means to pose her. Her arms do go up and down. I mean, I don't highly recommend going more than the shoulder height for her arms, which would be here, because you do risk snapping the clay that actually goes to about here on her chest. But yeah, you can pose it clear forward, backwards, wherever you want to do. But we're just gonna bend her here, get her arm to come in a little bit. And we're gonna take this one, and the way that I pose her to make it look like her hand is on her hip is I pull her hand behind her back first, and then I bring it forward and put it on her hip, and then just pose her till you get her where, you know, you want her. I've noticed that if you open her legs a tiny bit, because she is top heavy, you have to find a balanced space where you want to put her. And then her necklace, you can put that on, and then the key, like I said, it is magnetized. The big magnet is probably what you want to stick to her hand more. Just to show you how magnetized that is. It sucks right to her hand. You could take this magnet off because this one is not fully attached like that one is. This one's just for extra magnetizing. If you want to redo this and cut a piece of sheet magnet just to make that solid black, that's all up to you. These were just extra things that I made you. Because I figured she really needed her seeing glass and a key. But yeah, she's very posable. It all depends on what you want her to do. I did make her feet, that way if you do get a doll stand, the one that like clips around like the neck and the back heighten goes up and down, I did make her foot so that one set's flat, and if you bend it a tiny bit, it'll look like the other one's kind of dangling off the edge. Because that way, I think which foot was it? This one here. If you want to put her in a pose to where she's sitting with her legs crossed over, you can. Her pose, the way you want to do her, is all up to you. I'm going to get her put in her box and get her finally shipped off to you. But yeah, she's really sturdy in the chest. There's nothing to worry about there. She has solid wireframe wrapped in foil, and then I used medical gauze to give her the cushion that she has in her stomach. I gave her a small chest because I'm not trying to sexualize a doll like I've seen some of them done. But her kneecaps are reinforced. They're hard. The shin is hard. The upper part of her leg's really soft, padding, but she bends at the hip completely. She bends the knees completely. Straighten them back. Her feet do not, I mean, you can turn them a little bit. I don't recommend it. And if you do by chance accidentally pull one of her feet off, like you'll see here, that it stops there where it connects to the other part of her shin. If you accidentally do pull these off, because I haven't even glued these yet because I wanted to show you, if you accidentally pull these off, you can just take a piece, a little glob of super glue, put super glue on there, and then put those on. I'm going to leave as glued. That way, if you decide you do want to turn her feet or whatever and pose them a different way, you can just give them a little turn. You hear me break the super glue in there. But you can try to show you. You can turn it and force her feet to actually come off to where, you know, if you want, you know, one foot to be facing out or one inward, whatever you want to do, then all you have to do is put another bead of super glue in there. It has to be super glue. You can use E6000 if you want to. That was what I wanted to stay away from because I wasn't sure how you wanted to pose her on your shelf. If you want her to stay and be in that pose for her lifetime, you can go ahead and use E6000 if you want to. I'm going to go ahead and super glue her legs back on. Her wrists, you cannot turn them. You have to turn them at the arm to actually get the hands to turn. But they will turn if you turn them at this area of the arm. But that's about it. That's all I've got for her. I hope you love her as much as I loved making her. She's my little baby. And she's coming to you. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.